need a ride! I'm a wildlife filmmaker and conservationist. I'm going to show you the secrets of one of my favourite animals. It's nice to be out in the countryside, especially on a lovely day like today, but one of the most interesting creatures comes out at night and is rarely ever seen. The best way to find nocturnal creatures is by finding their tracks, and that can be easy if you know where to look. Here we have a track made by quite a large animal. You can see it goes under the heather and bracken. It can only have been made by animals. I'm going to have a good look around, see if I can find some more clues. This is a fantastic sign of animal activity. It has been made by a large animal poking its nose into the ground to make a snuffle hole. It has then dug down to make a bigger hole, having detected some grubs hiding below. This is a much larger hole, made by an animal digging up a bee's nest to get to the grubs. I found these hairs, which belong to the animal who did this. These are badger hairs. I'm going to have a good look around in some of the quieter parts of this area to see where the badgers are living. This is the badger's home. It's an underground burrow called a set, and it's absolutely huge. There are loads of these holes spread out several metres in every direction. They are entrances into an underground network of tunnels and chambers, and it is regularly being expanded by the badgers who live here. It's quite likely that a badger family is fast asleep right now, right below where I'm sitting. We would really like to see what the badgers get up to at night, so we are going to set up some special cameras. Hopefully after a couple of nights we'll have some really good footage. I just want to show you the badger's main food source, earthworms. One badger can eat more than 200 of these in one night. They will often pull them out of the ground like slurping spaghetti. In the autumn, things like berries and nuts are plentiful, and they will often leave the seeds behind in their poo. Badgers don't just poo anywhere. This small pit is a latrine for their droppings. This one is about 25 metres away, and it ensures the set stays clean. They will have other latrines on the edges of their territory, so that the smell tells other badger clans that this area is taken. The cameras have been out for 2 nights now, so I've come to my wildlife hideout to review the footage. Let's see what we've got. There's a rabbit in front of one of the holes. And if we take a look at this one, there's a mouse. This is a sign of a healthy forest habitat, as these animals will be preyed upon by foxes, owls and other birds of prey, like this buzzard that has come down, probably attracted by the presence of rodents. At another of the entrances, a fox cub is snooping around. Foxes will often actually raise their cubs in an empty part of a badger set. Oh wow, a badger just came out of nowhere and chased that cub away. Badgers tolerate foxes to a point, But if they get fed up with them, they will let them know about it. Badgers are in charge. This one has just emerged from its set, having spent the whole day sleeping underground, and is having a really good scratch. Badgers like to keep themselves clean and will spend a considerable amount of time grooming. And it followed it up with a big yawn. Let's see if we can slow that down, because I'm sure it showed off a really impressive set of fangs. Let's have a look. Wow, those canine teeth show that when it has to, this badger is capable of biting back. Badgers' eyesight is really poor, so instead they rely on smell to identify each other and find their way around. They dab their bum onto the ground to leave behind a blob of smelly liquid, known as musk, and each animal has its own particular smell. And now we have two badgers out together, and a cub coming through from the back, and that's really nice to see. Let's see if any of our other cameras have filmed the cub. Here it is, coming really close to check out the camera. These two are having a bit of a scrap right in front of the camera. It doesn't look to be particularly rough, but the sounds they are making are extraordinary. It is known that badgers have at least 16 different calls, each with a different meaning, and these sounds are only made when they're fighting. In very aggressive fights, a defeated badger sometimes suffers quite serious injuries that can even lead to their death. This one is spending quite a bit of time cleaning soil away from the entrance. Badgers are very tidy animals, and they're constantly cleaning and changing their bedding. In fact, so much soil is being moved, I would say it's probably digging a new underground chamber. Badgers like to line their sleeping chambers with bedding made of dry grass or bracken, and every so often they take it outside to dry in the sun and rid it of insects. After a few days, they gather it back up between their front paws and drag it back in under their chin. The best food to put out for badgers is a small handful of peanuts, and this one is certainly enjoying them. If you're lucky enough to get badgers visiting your garden and you do want to feed them, then a small amount of peanuts is the best way. Don't let them rely on you as one of their main food sources. They must stay wild. Here, a badger sniffed out the camera that we place on the ground, with the hope of getting a close-up. They are inquisitive creatures and like to investigate anything unusual in their territory, and this one is investigating a little too close. Oh no, it's rolled the camera over. Badgers normally only come out in darkness, mostly in a bid to avoid people, but in the summer they will come out during dusk and dawn, as this one is doing. And now you can really see how beautiful these animals are. And just after sunrise, the badgers all go back underground to sleep for another day. Filming badgers with a trail cam is a lot of fun, but tonight I'm going to see if I can watch them emerge from the set. In order to see badgers, you have to arrive nice and early, and if you stay perfectly still, hopefully the badgers will come out. Badgers are secretive and mysterious. But when you get to know more about them, they start to captivate you with their stunning beauty and charming personality. The people who dedicate their lives to protect them regularly report seeing new behaviour. This has to be in response to a world that is rapidly changing through global warming and habitat loss. The biggest threat to their survival, however, is us, but we can also be their heroes. If we make sure they always have the space they need to forage, safe places in which to raise their cubs, and complete isolation from people, then they will continue to be one of our best loved and wildest animals.